So what is up, YouTube? I am Speedy with another video, and today's video will be a review. It was an event that I attended to last week. It was on the January 27th on the Friday. It's called Rise 2. So Rise 2 is a indie promotion wrestling that was in Southgate, Los Angeles. Well, yeah, part of Southgate. That promotion is based on from Chicago, and they have well, it was all wrestlers from the Rise company. Some wrestlers from like TNA, Shimmer Wrestling, or other promotions. They all women came from. So Rise 2, yes, it's from Chicago, and it's hosted by Pipeline Wrestling, I'm assuming it is, and it took place in the American Legion Post in Southgate, Los Angeles. Actually, this is not only my first Rise show I've not only gone, but also the first time I ever went to that venue. It's a really small venue, so I've heard a lot of stories from that small place, American Legion Post in Southgate. All because like I knew a friend who I met pretty much in October that she always goes to every show that's hosted by AWS, that's Alternative Wrestling Show, and in other words. And she told me that she happens to go to a lot of shows. I also did my research on YouTube. Like a lot of shows been taking like mostly each month or every 3 weeks on that small venue, which is really cool. And like I thought, since it's local, I figured I should go. But what really got me going to that show is all because I heard Chelsea Green and Britt Baker. Well, mainly Chelsea Green was gonna be there, so I was really excited. And then I looked up the date. I was like January 27th. I was like, oh, I have the chance to go, because on the 28th I was doing something personal, which I was really busy, which I'll talk that later on. And since I happen to be new at that place at the American Legion Post, it's better that I could just like record less and then like witness everything on myself, like witness the whole show myself on my eyes, and then do a review just like this. And I didn't get much footage at all because I was being curious what goes on. And this is like my first time being on some sort of indie wrestling show. So right now I'm gonna show a few videos and a few pictures, who I took pictures with, and the clips I got. I apologize that not all clips are gonna be there. The ones mainly are like the ones that the wrestlers that I do not know, and the main event, which is us, Angel Dust and Delilah Doom. I did not record that which I'll explain later on. So enjoy. So this woman right here, I'm not sure what her name is, but she's the first person I came up to because she looked really pretty. Next is Delilah Doom. I'm actually getting to know her a bit, only because like how she looks like more like a small cute version of Bailey at some point. And you know what's really crazy? If you guys tuned into the past Tuesday night's SmackDown Live, many of you know that she made an appearance. She faced Carmella, in which Delilah Doom lost, all because of, well, obviously James Ellsworth. So yeah, it was really cool meeting Delilah Doom. And she also charged $5. But here's what's really crazy, that not really crazy, but it's just that like she just went under the table trying to take a picture with me, and she's trying to take a picture with this Fuji film. I'm not sure. This is a small camera, but it just prints right off. It's like one of those modern cameras that you could buy and then just prints off the photos itself. So yeah, it was really cool. And then I got like 2 or 3 pictures with her. Next we go on to TNA Knockouts champion Rosemary. That's one of the few women that I knew that I always wanted to meet too, because it also shows on the flyer. It's really crazy how I would meet like wrestlers from TNA, just like Rosemary and Chelsea Green, which the photo of Chelsea Green I will just show it later on in this video.
Britt!
Cole!
This is great!
Oh my god, it's great!
This is great. So now, you have a huge match tonight.
Huge. Do you know who I am?
Not yet!
Do you people have TVs here in Hickland? From Impact Wrestling, if you don't have one of those boxes, okay? You won a 4-way. Wait a second, no. You didn't win a 4-way. And yet, Britt here has a title shot. Britt has a title shot, and all of this traveled all the way from Canada interview with Colt.
So as you saw the videos, Colt Cabana came out and announced Britt Baker, and then out of nowhere came Chelsea Green, which I was really psyched. And they were just doing like some kind of segment thing, or they were gonna face each other later on. And Colt Cabana says that the #1 contender would face the next day on that same venue, but a different promotion, which is AWS. The #1 contender from that match between Britt and Chelsea is gonna face some wrestler that holds the Rise champion. I'm assuming that it is. I don't remember much, but that's what the flyer said. So, anyways, I want to get out to what happened. A little crazy at that event.
I'm getting correction for that. What are you doing in my face here? I think you guys know. Trick or treat!
So the little crazy thing that happened around that event was because Sahar Night, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She happens to be the mother of Paige, so it's really crazy that Paige's mom was in there and wrestling. She was also there the next day for AWS. For those who attended, I did not attend there, but I heard it was really cool as well, just like Rise 2. Sahara Night faced, I think, 3 opponents, and then this guy that was like right by me, he was like going off with her before and during the match. So it was funny that Sahara, like at the moment when that guy was going off her, Sahara wanted to slap the shit out of him and to shut his mouth up. And here's a footage that what I'm talking about. Fuck him up! 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 Fuck him up!
Keep your mouth shut before you get seriously hurt. One thing I guarantee is I'll put you in a position your missus never knew existed. Keep your mouth shut.
After the second intermission, aka the meet and greets, I showed that guy the footage, and man, he felt like so ashamed, but he felt proud at some point because it felt like, why wouldn't a fan would like go off to a wrestler? Just like picture like Kevin Owens, for example. But anyway, he did said that he liked Sahara, and at the moment where Sahara was getting closer, he was like this close to like make out with her, and then like just as Sahara was like this close to slap the shit out of him. During the mission, other than wanting to see Chelsea Green so badly, I wrote a letter, and then I feel like, is she ever gonna come out like do meet and greets and something like that? I was like, I have a letter, so I gave it to this one chick, who the very first picture I showed like earlier in this video, it was like, hey, is it okay if I could give you this letter and you give it to Chelsea? Because like I'm not sure if she was ever gonna like come out, and she was like, oh yeah, sure. I was like, oh okay. And then she came out. Not Chelsea, that one chick. And she's like, oh, give me 5. I was like, that's really sweet of you. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. And then we move on to go back to our seats. And then next thing you know, Chelsea and Britt Baker came out. I was like wanting to scream my ass off, but I don't want to like scream like look stupid in front of the people. So anyways, all I did was record. I know I recorded less on that, but which I'll show right now. It's just that I wanted to see how Chelsea performs. like in person. I've seen her all over work on YouTube, and she's really excellent. My apologies, but I just want to say that I'm sorry that I did not record while talking to Britt Baker or Chelsea Green, but at the moment I was talking to Britt Baker because she's the one who came out first, and I came upon her and I asked her how much does she charge to take a picture, and she's like, oh, don't worry about it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So pretty much I got a free selfie, just like a lot of people are getting free selfies at the last minute because they're trying to give people a chance, to those who did not get their favorites wrestlers to take a picture with or have their item signed, whatever they bought. The position where I was like with Britt Baker taking a selfie, I saw for the distance Chelsea Green was coming right here to her table. I was like really shy. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like super happy and shy, so I was like, okay, I lost words. And then she went to her table, and the first thing I told her was, did you like my letter? And she might have knew who I was when she came out of the ring, because the girl that I gave my letter to, the first picture I showed, I told her that in case Chelsea spots me, I'm wearing a blue long sleeve with a blue beanie, and the blue long sleeve has like a Spider-Man logo on it in the middle. When Chelsea turned around to me, when I told her, did you like my letter? And she said, yeah, she loved it. Cause like, damn, I was like, I didn't know she was gonna read it. I thought she was gonna read it like after the show, or like when she gets on her plane. But it's really sweet. Like, she said she was really sweet, and she gave it like a really nice response from her. And I know that because like she's very loyal to her fans. She performs as a heel, in Impact Wrestling. She goes by Laura Van Ness, but she's really nice to her fans who support her, and she's really open to people who are getting to know her. She said she really liked the letter, and again, 2 days after I commented one of her photos to have a safe flight, and she commented back. She's like, I reread the letter. Thank you so much. It's really nice. I'm like, oh. I was like, okay. That kind of made my day, though. The letter I wrote, by the way, were things that most fans would like write a letter for a special someone in general, as in like, hey, how are you doing? What have you been up to? How's your life, family, and other stuff in general. I explained to her that I've always wanted to meet her and have hopes for her, seeing like her bright futures. I told her that she should listen to some songs of my choice, because I list some songs from, I think one of them's like only one favorite song from country, and then like, and some are like my music in general, like from rap and rock in a way. And then finally we moved on to taking a picture with Chelsea Green, and that's one of those pictures that I'll keep the most, and one of my favorites of all. She's like one of my favorite wrestlers of out of all women wrestling in general. Then after that, I just told her, wish the best of luck around the world, and I hope to see you the next time. I gave both Chelsea and Britt Baker goodbye hugs, and then I left the building with a smile. So that is it for this video, and I apologize for not having the main event in there for a few bit, like Angel Dust versus Delilah Doom, all because Kevin was like warning people before that if they were to record more, the fans were recording more, they'll have to like get out of the building. But it's whatever. I don't want to get kicked out on my first event, especially the chance for meeting Chelsea and others. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just want to give a huge shout out to the Rise promotion, Pipeline Wrestling, Chelsea Green, Britt Baker, and all the wrestlers that performed there in general, and those who weren't performing. Shout out to them for being there and taking the time to sign people and take selfies. And Rise 2 killed it, so that was excellent. Rise did a good job in Southgate. I hope to see a Rise or a Gain by Pipeline Wrestling event again in the near future. Maybe if they were to come to LA again, or I have to fly to Chicago. I'm not sure. Who knows what's gonna happen. And I heard stories from all wrestling talent say that the traffic here was worse. Well, welcome to LA. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, put your comment below. Till the next one.